I want to have a grown-up conversation about thumbnails on YouTube, because there is a particular style which actually I don't mind, right? But some people recognize when a thumbnail has probably been edited by AI and seem to complain about it. I don't understand why. As long as the thumbnail delivers, in other words, let me just move the camera slightly, sorry about this. As long as the video, there we are, delivers, then I'm quite happy. The trouble is, on YouTube, you see a thumbnail, you've got this half a second, and you go, oh, I'll click that. You know, massive boat strikes cliff, you know, whatever, and just this whole 9 yards. And you go in, and there's an AI voice with AI B-roll, and it's a nothing story, and so you've wasted my time. As long as the video delivers, I don't really mind what the thumbnail is. It's attracted my attention, and that's the point. Because the trade-off, and I've got some great examples for you here, but the trade-off is, do I create a lesser thumbnail that gets less views, that means that, you know, somebody out there doesn't discover ham radio, all right? Or do I create a thumbnail which is very clickable, but at least delivers? Because I think you'll find with my content, it delivers, right? I don't oversell. I mean, a couple of times I've looked at a thumbnail and thought, I'm overselling it, right? We need to tailor it back. So I use I use Canva to sketch out my ideas, and I have done for 5, 6, 7 years. But then what I'll do is I'll go to ChatGPT. I say, can you edit this? And, you know, because, for instance, Canva doesn't have an eroded Barbas font, which I really like. I can't get hold of that font. But ChatGPT's got it. But let me show you a couple of examples, see what you mean. So this is a fictitious thumbnail. Never used it, right? I have had a master repair. I just got a random picture of the field and me master repair. Now, 7 or 8 years ago, I might have used that as a thumb. So then what I did is I said to ChatGPT, because I've had this whole discussion with him. I said, can you take this and make it more up to date? Because I was having the discussion about AI generated thumbnails and the sort of debate that it's causing in the world. So that was, where's my sample? So let's maximize that. So that's mine. I said, take this and just jazz it up. The same thing. And he came up with this one there, mast repair, and he's added a couple of things. He's put a safety spin on it. But I could have said, take the safety spin off, and so on and so forth. Now, I just think that's probably, I mean, I'm not actually that keen on it because it's too much yellow, but whatever, you know, it works. My original edited. So I use ChatGPT as my assistant, right? Now, there was a couple of there's 2 thumbnails that I've done that have intentionally completely overboard AI. One was the which coax, right? And the other one, to match it, was the connector one. And it was totally overboard. I mean, it's blooming clear it was overboard. It's blooming clear it was ChatGPT. Right, so let's get rid of that one. Now let's find Tim. All right, this is... Now, Tim won't mind me looking at this. I'm not criticising his channel. He makes some lovely content and stuff, but just to prove my point of how to make someone, how to take a thumbnail and use ChatGPT or any other AI thing as an assistant, right? So I've got all the ideas. I know what I want on the thumb. I know roughly what the pictures I want on the thumb. Therefore, do something for me. So... ChatGPT was playing along with me, and he delivered. He took this 40-meter portable Be On Air in 5 minutes, and he created that one from his. So Tim, if you're watching and you want that thumbnail, give me a shout. That's fine, you know, get on the air in 5 minutes. And I'd say that was better than I could have done in Canva for a couple of reasons. One is I particularly like the font. Right, I've tried to get that font and I can't, and particularly the slightly eroded function. Now, there's other people doing it as well. It's not just me. Let's Ham Radio DX. So this is Hayden. Right, go to videos. So there is that font again, the middle, digiboards. Right. Now, maybe Hayden has used Canva, I don't know. But you know, I'm just saying that it's not just, you know, and now that you've seen that yellow, the faded yellow with the eroded text, you'll see it everywhere, okay? And it's up to the creator to go, oh, that's a bit overboard. So if we look at my channel, he helps me with that. I could have done that, but again, I haven't got the font, right? But that's what I wanted, so that's fine. Somebody was complaining about how I discovered the DX Commander, saying it was AI. All of that, I mean, it really surprises me. It's a real picture of me about 15 years ago and a real picture of my ground plate meshed together. And this is what I wanted. And all ChatGPT helped me with the font. So I don't see the problem. AM on 60 meters, that's ChatGPT. It was all mine. It's my idea. It's not, I've got an AI voice and I'm AI. This is me. I'm real here. As long as, and this is what I'm interested in, right? As long as the video delivers off the back of the thumb, I think we're all good to go, right? If we fall in the trap that the video doesn't deliver, it's a fantastic thumbnail with overselling something, somebody lands on it and goes, this is crap, right? They lose trust, loyalty, and all those good things that creators spend a hell of a lot of time pulling together. There is a thumbnail war. We have to compete with a gazillion videos all the time. And very often people say, oh yeah, I spotted that thumbnail, I'll watch it later. They probably didn't, right? How do I make them watch it now? Because the numbers are absolutely critical. If I get higher numbers, YouTube will treat me with more respect, and the chances are they'll put me on the homepage periodically, right? It's not just, I can't just rely on subscriptions and things like that. There's the crazy one, the truth, the two hands with the PL259 and the N-type. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. And that matches the one I did before, the coax truth. Yeah, that was ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But the rest of the one, you can see that font all over the place, okay? And that's, I mean, yeah, the full, that's AI as well, but it's my design, all right? Anyway, I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of it. An AI thumbnail, I think sometimes people are confusing it as a modern YouTube thumbnail style, right? Because maybe Hayden's thumbnail, for instance, wasn't AI, right? I think if it's ridiculous, yeah, you know, well, either the creator's having some fun, like I was, you know, because, hey, I'm a creator. That's the sort of thing I do. I have a good laugh. You know, I laugh at myself. I laugh at what I do. And sometimes I like a really funny thumbnail. Like, yeah, it's completely overboard. But I actually genuinely felt that the video delivered off the back of it, you know. So if you go back to 2015, and it was plain fonts, you know, it was a picture of a man doing something, you know, with his mouth, and which some of the US creators are still doing, right? I was shocked, you know, all this sort of stuff. And then the current YouTube, which is big, bold, distressed fonts, a lot of yellow, composite images, dramatic lighting, you know, oversaturated. Yeah, that's the way it's going. Now, the AI slop business is where you've got the plastic faces, impossible lighting that couldn't be done, totally fake expressions and generic, you know, made up backgrounds. But, you know, I mean, what I'm finding is nobody is criticizing my video. They're nobody's saying the thumbnail promised something that wasn't there. You know, what they're saying is I kind of miss the older style. Yeah, okay, well, get used to it, really. I mean, all I'm doing is I've got another tool that I'm using, right? And you just need to appreciate it. That, you know, AI isn't bad, right? We can't just say, oh, because it's AI, it's bad. So when I generate a whole video, right, I upload the transcript. You can't watch the video. I upload the transcript. And I say, this is my title, this is my description, and here is a sample of my thumb. Can you do a critique? Can we discuss? And he'll say, yeah, I love it all. He might say, there's a spelling mistake here, and you've missed out the fact that a special event operating is supposed to be, oh, well, whatever. And he'll help me with my description. which I then go, I don't like that anyway, I might revert to my original one. The title is critical. So sometimes the title I've got in my head, he'll come up with normally 5 or 6 different titles. And I go, sure enough, that's actually a better title, and I'll use that as a title. And then I've got my thumb, which I did and showed you here, the difference between my own master repair and his master repair, which I felt was more professional. Now, it's less BBC, right? BBC would have the guy looking serious and just in white text, it would say, master repair, DX Commander. But on the BBC, you're only competing with other BBC shows. I'm competing with a gazillion other creators, and there's probably more ham radio content uploaded every day that you could possibly watch even at double speed, right? So how am I going to attract attention? It's got to be bold, it's got to be oversaturated, and it's going to want to click, all right? So let's, we've got to live with it, but discuss, right? I'm quite happy you having a different opinion. It's only a tool, right? That's all it is. Good. All right, well, enjoy your radio and feel free to critique my thumbnails. It's just a thumbnail. It's only a picture. All right? All the best. Bye for now.